NHL players spend stupid amounts of money, like PK Subban buying a jacket worth more than a car. But this $21,000 Saint Laurent jacket is the cheapest item in this video. Some players have whole ice rinks in their home, and Alex Ovechkin owns some of the world's most expensive hockey gear. But you'll never believe what Wayne Gretzky bought to get his girl wet. One of his mansions is on a lake, so of course he needed to buy a custom Steinway powerboat. But this thing is like a house all on its own. At 34 feet long, it can seat up to 12 people on sofas, lounge chairs, and its sun pad. It's even got its own kitchen with 2 fridges, a marble countertop, and an overhead canopy. His wife made the interior white and added cedar-lined closets. But when Wayne drives, he has a goddamn cockpit at his fingertips. The boat is controlled through joysticks like an arcade game, and he's even got those massive digital touchscreens for all the displays. And just like Gretzky in his prime, this boat comes with the number 99 on the side and absolutely flies over the water with 430 horsepower. And it didn't come cheap, because he had to spend $900,000 for this powerboat. Now that's a fun hobby, but Brent Burns' hobby almost got him killed, because Burns loves animals. It started out small, buying a couple lizards, turtles, iguanas, huskies, and 40 snakes. Burns said he was done buying animals after that, but dude was obviously lying through the hole in his teeth, because a decade later, he bought a $3 million Texas ranch to basically turn into a zoo. And he's got some crazy exotic animals, like wildebeests, zebras, kudu, and rams. Bro was one animal away from having a full-on stampede, but one day, he decided to have a zookeeper set up a meet and greet with the cheetah.
I put my arm around this cheetah and that turned and smoked me in the rib cage. I had these 4 imprints of the teeth. It was
That didn't stop him from loving animals though. At this point, he's basically got an animal from every continent. The only thing he's missing is a polar bear, but Texas would be way too hot for that, unless he had an ice rink. Like John Curry's Arizona home has a half-size rink in the basement, and if his team needs an emergency practice, he can put him in a bunk bed room behind the rink. But Milan Hajduk has the coolest in-home rink by far. His Colorado property has an entire building and Zamboni for this huge rink. Even though there's no bleachers, there's a locker room, lounge with a fire pit, and bar set up just outside the rink. He may build it for his family, but you know he got that sleek custom-made bar just for himself. But one player takes customization to a weird level, because Henrik Lundqvist customizes everything to his tastes. He's got his own custom suits, a one-of-a-kind watch, and even his own cologne. But his Lamborghini Gallardo is by far the most whack thing he's bought so far. He got a custom wrap of gunship gray metallic, which is just rich people talk for gray. And he didn't stop there. He even changed the actual name of the car to his last name. Yeah, dude is so into himself, he replaced the Lamborghini badge with Lundqvist. Thankfully, his teammates clowned on it so hard he changed it after a couple days. And after dropping $125,000 for that car, it definitely looks way better with the Lamborghini logo over a name I could barely pronounce. But you know what else looks dope? Seeing wealth fall in your subscriptions. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. At the end of the day though, Henrik owns an absolutely sick Lambo, but it's the cheapest supercar a player owns. And PK Subban's ride is the exact opposite of cheap, because he owns the dopest and most expensive car out of any hockey player. NHL players really gotta start copying PK more. Dude has the best taste in fashion and cars, and PK invested in a car that isn't exactly discreet. This black and red Bugatti Veyron looks like some shit the First Order would drive. Dude also spent like 10% of his net worth on this thing, and forked over $2.2 million for it. Gotta flex the bag a little bit when you're that famous. But flexing doesn't mean you're just showing off your own drip, because when Patrice Bergeron reaches a 1,000th game, he dripped out his entire team. Dude literally celebrated by buying everyone else necklaces. He's really like the Santa of hockey, but it wasn't some friendship necklace from the dollar store. He dropped an insane bag and got every single player a diamond Louis Vuitton designer necklace, which means he spent up to $620,000. They gotta be the hardest team out there. But even those chains aren't as fly as Carey Price's ride, because he had one of the craziest childhood rides ever. Carey deadass flew a plane to hockey practice. To be fair, the closest ice rink is 200 miles away. What are you supposed to do, bike? Hell nah. You get a 4-seater Piper Cherokee and show up like you're already a pro player with a private jet. But that Piper Cherokee isn't exactly the pinnacle of luxury, because that thing is more of a washing machine with wings. And even with this clunky design, it still cost him 13 grand. But that's still nothing compared to Ovechkin's hockey puck. But first, we gotta talk about Ovie's sinister ass drip, because his watch looks straight up evil. It's got Alex's number and logo at 8 o'clock, the colors of the Russian flag on the second hand, and even his signature in the back. All those customizations make this thing worth $26,000, which pairs nicely with his $25,000 Stanley Cup ring. And he can flex both of those when he decides with his priceless Gordie Howe hockey stick and puck. After Ovie beat Gordy's records on the ice, the Hockey Hall of Fame Museum took out Gordy's signed stick and puck and straight up gave it to Ovechkin like a reward. To some people, this stick and puck that was signed by the entire 1974 Soviet hockey team is priceless, and all Ovie had to do was break multiple records from a legend to get it. At least he didn't have to break his integrity for it. Unlike Connor McDavid, whose gold digger girlfriend made him pay for an insane mansion that she designed. Being one of the best NHL players in the league, Connor could have bought almost any house he wants. So instead of doing that, he let his girlfriend buy a 3-story FedEx building that they call home. And he got absolutely flamed online for being whipped. But despite the unwelcoming vibe, they still got some insane features in the basement, like a lounge with a pool table, a movie theater, a bar, an indoor half court for basketball, a home gym, and even a custom wine rack. You already know his girl's watching him like a hawk through the security cameras. And when he invites his friends over, they have a whole ass guest suite for his homies. The guest room itself has a double vanity, marble floors, and a full shower and bathtub. On the main floor, there's an office, a kitchen with a hidden bar, a huge patio, and there's still more on the 3rd floor. The master bedroom has a weird-ass bed design with a TV built into the bed. Now that is only something a rich dude could think of. There's also a furry reclining chair in the bedroom, which could only be used for cucking. It wouldn't be surprising, since his girlfriend made him go along with everything she wanted. Their walk-in closet is mostly for her. There's even a jewelry island and separate cabinets for her shoes and dresses. But at least they get to enjoy the outdoors together, because their balcony has an outdoor fire pit and hot tub, with a view of the entire river valley. And this entire aluminum foil brick came out to $4 million, praying that Connor gets to buy a house for himself one day. But most NHL players have cribs he can only dream of, because these dudes are obsessed with buying mansions better than Kanye's. Alex Ovechkin got a $4.2 million Virginia version of the Playboy Mansion. Jonathan Tave's $7 million Australian condo has a view of the entire Gold Coast. Steven Stamkos has his own trophy room in his $8.4 million Tampa Bay mansion. Wayne Gretzky has 2 giant water slides in his backyard. And Ilya Kovalchuk dropped $10.9 mil on a straight up castle in Jersey. But the NHL's biggest spenders make that Jersey place look like a studio apartment. And Mario Lemieux completely flexed on Kovalchuk by building an even bigger castle. A lot of these guys are really into the whole castle thing. But at least for Mario, it makes sense. As a Knight of the National Order of Quebec, where else would he stay? Mario's chateau-style mansion has 8 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms, and every single one of them has a lake view. This 17,000 square foot palace, called the Chateau Fleur de Lis, comes with 17 fireplaces, 12-foot cathedral ceilings, and antique columns supporting it. He literally shipped those things from an actual 1800s castle too. Dude wanted this place authentic as hell. This wild crib has heated floors for the Canadian winter, a walk-in fridge, bar and wine cellar, tennis court, and even a ski and sports room. Guess he couldn't stay away from the ice too long. But it's not the only sports room, because like everyone else these days, he's got his own gym, spa, and massage room. Outside, Mario's got a decked out pool and hot tub. And when the winters hit, he's prepared with a full pizza kitchen and his very own home movie theater. Unfortunately, there's not a guest room, but that's because he has a guest house, complete with 2 bedrooms and a lakeview deck. Mario bought this palace in 2007, so we didn't have to spend too much on it. It only came out to $22 million. But the Great One doesn't give a f if he empties his wallet, because Wayne Gretzky's country club compound was so nice, he bought it twice. This palace is in the colonial revival style, which is the politically correct way of saying plantation style. But plantation or not, this thing's gotta be worth more than the country club around it. It's 6.6 acres with 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and a perfect lookout over Lake Sherwood. It's got finely cut gardens, a fountain, a pool with fountains over it, a hot tub, a trampoline, a tennis court, and a peaceful pagoda at the end. This might be Buckingham Palace. Even if it's not, it's damn close. Inside, there's a spiral staircase, a movie theater and screening room, a billiards room, a wood-burning pizza oven, and 6 fireplaces with seating areas. Up top, there's a 360 view of the Santa Monica Mountains, and you could even enjoy the sunset up there on the recliner beach chairs all around the balcony. And when he has friends over, they never have to leave, because Wayne Gretzky doesn't settle for only 1 guest house. He has 2 full guest houses. Plus, he could fit like 12 cars in his driveway. And if that's not enough space, he's got a detached 4-car garage with a literal bridge connecting it to the house. The first time he bought the mansion, he got it for $7 million. He then sold it to an MLB star, and the guy trashed it. So Gretzky bought it again for $4.9 million. Overall, a pretty fire investment, since it's worth $23 million now. I still can't believe places like this exist in America, and not in a Disney movie.